We're live. Welcome to yet another edition of PCS Q&A. I'm your host, MJ Boyce, the Director of Community Outreach at PCS Grades. Boom! With me today, as always, is the lovely Megan Harless, our resident PCS reform advocate, and oh, by the way, resident BA censored for little ears in your room because we love you. We have a great show for you today, and we are welcoming the awesome Jess Manfrey of the Giving Tuesday Military Campaign, and we're going to be talking with her about some awesome things because it is the season of giving. But before we do that and get to those official DoD updates, we're going to go ahead and drop those housekeeping items just like we do every week. Here we go. Okay, first and foremost, where do we start? Oh my gosh, Murphy. Murphy, let me tell you, Murphy is just all up in our rear end today. Because we're having issues, technical issues. You see, there's my face. There I am. See, because you just got to see all of this because I actually did makeup today and got dressed with pants. So the housekeeping items for today are as follows. Number one, we bring the experts to you, from Transcon to education experts to our fans in the nonprofit sections who help our peeps. We bring them to you because just like us, they've got answers. If we don't have the answers, we know who does. And if we don't know either of those things, guess what? We're going to take your questions for action, and we're going to get back to you with an answer. Speaking of questions, go ahead and drop those in the comments below because, dun, da, 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 guess what? It is the season of giving. And today, for every comment, question, or shout out that you give, we are going to draw your name, put your name into the hat, and draw it on the Wheel of Names for a $100 Amazon card. And we're also giving away two, not one, but two Hope Design limited bling necklaces just for you. So keep that engagement going. Go ahead and share this, like it, talk with us. The only thing that I would say is like LOL smiley faces are great and we encourage them, but they don't count for an entry. All right, what's next? Oh, okay. So yes, we're here to take your questions and give you answers, but sometimes when it comes to PCSing and your specific situation with your specific military family, you need specific resources to you and your military family. And those two resources will forever and always be, number one, your local chain of command. Number two, your local transportation office. Those are the people who know you. Those are the people who are dealing with your stuff. Those are the people who can help further your issues for action. But throw us the questions because we'll dig for you too. Last but not least, we have to do our part, people. We have got to flatten the curve. We have got to flatten that curve. I love the masks. I'm seeing so many designs and I'm seeing people rock them. We need to see more. Rock those masks, social distance, 6 feet apart, whatever you have to do to stay safe and flatten that curve. Because when we flatten that curve, we're going to flatten Murphy with it. Okay, Murphy, they're coming for you. I'm going to talk about another initiative here a little bit after we get it down into the dirty. But until then, I'm going to throw it over to Megan for them DoD updates. Megan?
Hey, everybody. So I got just a couple of things for you today. The first one is discussing inconvenience claims and exactly what they are. So they're designed to help kind of offset some costs that you may have if your shipments arrive late. There's two options this year that you can have for reimbursement of your inconvenience claim. The first one is what they call the baseline. So it's being paid the per diem rate for meals and incidentals only for only your service member. Now, if you're a family that plans to house camp, on either end, you may not, need to save receipts and to be reimbursed for like air mattresses and things like that. So this per diem baseline option is a great option for you to be able to get reimbursed something for that inconvenience. The other one is that you save receipts and you purchase items off an approved essential items list, air mattresses, bed sheets, towel set, some basic cookware to be able to live in your home until your shipments arrive. There's some criteria in there as to, when you are eligible for an inconvenience claim. We'll get the links and the pictograph for that dropped in the comments here below during this webinar, so that way you guys can go and reference it for yourselves and see exactly, what the wording is to find out if you are eligible for it. The key things to keep in mind is that it starts the day after your shipment misses its RDD. And RDD there's some gray areas in there dealing with some storage and how that works out. The link, the information we drop below will kind of explain all that to you. But also to keep in mind, it's for your essential items only. So if you're waiting on your shipment to arrive so you can set up your Christmas tree and your decorations, unfortunately, they're not going to reimburse you for a Christmas tree and decorations. It's only essential items, so keep that in mind. The second thing, real quick, is about the emails that you get telling you about your weight when your shipments get picked up and they get weighed. And you get that email from DPS that says, your shipment's been weighed. This is what it is. A lot of people have questions, does this include my Pro Gear weight? Does this include the packing material allowance? The answer is that yes, that weight does include all of that. And you'll see at the bottom of your email, there's a little note that says, hey, this includes, those items, because your TSP cannot take those deductions off. All they do is that they get into DPS on their end, they input your weight, and DPS sends that automated email when that weight is entered. Your local transportation office, they will be the ones that deduct your Pro Gear allotment and your packing material weight allowance on the back end. So if you get that weight and it's 15,000 pounds and you're over, just keep in mind you still got to deduct 10% of that for your packing material allowance, and then up to 2,000 pounds depending on what you have for your Pro Gear. So read the full email and just know that happens on the back end. If you got questions, reach out. We're happy to answer them. That's all I got. So back to you, MJ.
Awesome. Thanks for those updates, Megan. And as always, because Megan is our policy guru and she breaks it down Barney style for the peeps like me. All right. Now I get to introduce our special guest today. Her name is Jess Manfree, and she is actually the co-founder of the Giving Tuesday Military Campaign. And before we dive into what that is and how it works and why it's so freaking amazeballs, because yesterday was Giving Tuesday, I would like her to tell us a little bit about herself. So Jess, go ahead and tell our audience a little bit about yourself and how awesome you are.
Oh gosh, stop it. My name's Jessica Manfree. I am a Coast Guard spouse of just about 13 years, been together 16. I am also a licensed social worker and writer, so those things keep me pretty busy. But both of those are really what led me to all of that led me to working with some fabulous women and starting the Giving Tuesday Military Campaign. I also drink a lot of coffee. I love to read. I have 2 dogs that are nuts, and I have 2 children that are upstairs, hopefully, not burning the house down. I can't think of anything else that's really interesting about me, other than I could be a little nuts. I love big ideas. I love, working with people to make a difference. I think that when we use our collective voices and come together, we can do pretty powerful things.
That is awesome. And I think you're going to fit right in here between the coffee and the big ideas and the giving. I mean, let's just go ahead and throw in the towel. You're part of this now. It was meant to be.
I'll take it.
Word. Okay, so we're going to dive right into these questions. So first and foremost, what is Giving Tuesday Military and how does that work?
Well, it's very interesting how it all came about. I literally did a makeover with Maria Reed, and I was so proud of how the community came together. It wasn't necessarily about what we did, but how every day we had 40 people show up that didn't know that family but wanted to give. And so I had followed Giving Tuesday for a while. I shared it to their Facebook, and they responded, which doesn't happen. And they were like, have you ever thought about running a campaign with us? And I was like, no. Got with my girls, we talked about it. And I mean, when you have junior enlisted families, it's hard to give financially, right? We're all trying to balance things. And so we knew that whatever we created, we wanted it to be something that was attainable for everyone and something that mattered. And for us, it was intentional acts of kindness. And so we launched it last year. 2018 was our first year with the lofty goal of 1 million acts of kindness. And, we were able to impact 2.5 million, which was amazing. And so coming into 2020, as you said, Murphy. So we were like, how's this going to go? Like, it's a freaking pandemic. Like, how are we going to, but I will tell you, we saw more excitement, more engagement, more people, I think, just hungry for this, right? We needed that purpose and we needed that good. So it has been a roller coaster the last 3 months. And yesterday was Giving Tuesday, and it was just the best day ever.
No, I love that. And just for the record audience, I took part in last year's Giving Tuesday Military Initiative. I was actually with Jess. We stormed the Hill with Kindness here in DC. And, usually, I'm no stranger to Capitol Hill, and many of us aren't. We'll go to hearings and we'll speak on behalf of military families. But this time we walked in there to spread kindness, to say thank you. Yeah. What was that?
And stickers. We scared a lot of people with stickers.
We were giving kindness stickers all over the place. We can be like, oh, you were branded? Oh, yep, you've already been branded. You're good to go. So this is like how this is happening. Everybody's been shot with kindness. You're welcome. It was great.
Yeah, it was a blast. It was a good time.
So this whole movement that y'all developed, is designed around acts of kindness. So we heard some about what MJ and y'all did last year. So speaking for this year, like what are some acts of kindness that you have done this year that you've seen others do this year? And can these acts of kindness, can they be anything big, small, in between? Where can somebody kind of fit in there with what you've seen done?
Definitely. We had a lot of people reach out to us that would say, my children are immunocompromised. I'm, 9 months pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. And I said, and the girls would say to them when they got those messages, it doesn't matter. Whatever you do is going to have an impact. Yes, there are big projects, right? I will say that going into this, we had a couple of things that were really high on our list: organizing blood drives, taking care of our essential workers, taking care of our foster kids, our homeless. Like we had those big projects that we were really, championing. And, Veterans Lost Patrol with the letters to hospice, veterans in hospice, and that was a simple thing that anybody can do, right? Sit down with a letter, dear hero, thank you, I appreciate you, happy holidays. But they took it to a whole nother level. We had one military spouse who just PCS'd through COVID, knows nobody at Luke, and just wasn't going to really do anything because it was just a lot going on. And literally the day before Giving Tuesday at 4:30, she's like, we're doing this. She made these little care packages, like almost 300 of them. It went all over her base, masked, wouldn't let people see her, and with her kids, and blessed all these people. And it's like, she made that ripple effect, and she saw other kids doing things like that. And so it's just, I really want to stress that. Yes, we have our causes that are near and dear to our hearts that we really need a community collective effort to rally, like what Fort Drum did. But the little notes, the picking up the phone and calling someone you haven't talked to in a while, the text message, it's all special and it's all impactful. And we saw it all yesterday.
And can we just take a minute and do a little tissue warning here for our viewers? Because I can already feel them kind of prickling up. So take a moment really quick if you need them, grab your box of tissues, because just, what Jess and Maria and Sam have really put together. It just really is a huge impactful thing. And reading some of the comments, I think Wendy here said it best, it's the inspiration that we all kind of needed for 2020. And so it's a big, important thing. And I love this movement. And so if you're like me and you're a crier, go grab your tissues, because I have a feeling we're really going to need them.
Oh, yeah. I cried a lot. It's fine. Listen, we need to be crying together. Like it's, share it.
Here we are, man. Here we are, front and center. We may not be in the same location or time zone, but thank God for technology. Man, I can only imagine. Yes, definitely a lot of inspiring messages in here. And again, share this with your friends, everyone, because this is a program, dude, it costs nothing. An act of kindness, you can look at somebody in the face and go, hey. Some chick at McDonald's actually said, I'm going through the drive-thru one day, and I was just feeling not so great, but I had my face done, and she was like, you're really beautiful. And I'm like, oh my God, you win today. Thank you. That really totally changed my outlook on the rest of the day.
Yes. Yes. I say that a lot. We don't know what people are walking through, and that's just me coming from the mental health aspect of things. You don't know what your hello, your random note, your smile, you're just seeing someone can do. And I firmly believe that it saves lives. If we take that moment to just connect. And right now where we're all masked up or we're distanced, we need each other. We desperately need each other.
Yes. Yes. Which is one of the greatest reasons for me to get dressed every Wednesday and come on here with my people. No, I do get dressed other times. I promise. I wear pants every day. I promise.
I have sweatpants on and I'm not even ashamed.
Word. See, our people. All right. So this year, yesterday was Giving Tuesday, right? Rocked it out. So can you tell us a little bit about what you did? Tell us what did you do? Maybe a couple of examples of what some other ones done. Maybe the ones that like maybe hit you in the feels. And how did it compare to last year's? I mean, aside from the whole obvious COVID, right?
Ooh. So for me, I'm located in the St. Louis area, East St. Louis area. So homelessness is an issue, always has been. We have a lot of kids in foster care. I saw that just when I was doing my internship and working directly with that population. So we did a warm pajama drive for our foster children. And it wasn't just me. And that's the thing that I really want to stress. I may be sitting here and talking about this, but the pajama drive was the First Sergeants Council. It was the Spouses Club. It was 5 different businesses that are located in my area. It was everybody. Oh, the CPOA for the Coast Guard, they came on board. So, you had 60 people making this happen to raise 350 pairs of pajamas. So, that was a big issue for us. We also wanted to raise essentials for our veterans homeless shelter, because here in Illinois, there are 3 in the entire state, and ours is the only one south of Chicago, which is about 5 hours away. So same thing, community effort. Everybody comes together. Let's do this. It's not just one person. It's all of us. We organized a blood drive. That was really important to us. Giving blood, especially now. We partnered with our local Chick-fil-A and the YMCA, and they let us host it right in there. Everybody got a really cool shirt that Alicia Steele, who's my partner in crime here, designed. And it says, give blood, or be kind, give blood, save lives. It's really, because one, like blood donation, you're impacting 3 people. If you do the Power Red, which I was able to do yesterday, finally, because I had iron, can impact 6 people and goes to trauma patients and cancer patients. And, we left random notes everywhere. But I will say one of the most special things that I was able to do is I had a local resident who saw the drives that we were doing with the boxes and the businesses. And he's like, I can't do that here. He's like, I want to write your nonprofit a check. And I was like, well, it's really about kindness. And he's like, I can't. So this is what I want to do. And I said, well, how do you want me to use it? Do you want me to buy the PJs? Do you want me to? He goes, I trust you. He's like, you use it for whatever, you're doing, you use it. And I said, all right, Alicia, let's wait till Giving Tuesday. I want to see what we're able to do to see where the need is. So it make me cry. So I reached out to, I have a group of girlfriends. They're my ride or die social work friends here that I interned with. And I said, all right, ladies, tell me, we've impacted this, this, and this. I need a good organization. So they told me about Call for Help, which serves survivors of sexual assault. They have a 24-hour crisis line. They have counselors right there. They're also a transitional housing facility for the homeless, and not just females who are in domestic violence situations, but they have like separate housing for male and female, like families. And so I called them on speakerphone and I said, hey, it's Giving Tuesday. And they're like, hi, like, who's this crazy chick, And so I was like, listen, I was blessed by a resident of my community and entrusted with some money, and I want to go shopping for you. And they're like, what? You hold on. Like they were just so flabbergasted. And I was like, yeah, so I started talking to the guy and I was like, here's my number. I want you to text me, tell me all the ages of the people, the children, the male, female, and tell me what you need. And he was just like, so long story short, I went shopping with Paulette. She was my, friend yesterday and Giving, and we filled up the cart. We got a toy for every single child. We got clothes for every single child. We got all the essentials for the adults. When we showed up, there wasn't a dry eye in the room. Every leader from every program came in. And, but that's the kind of stuff, right? Like if we come together and we seek and find that need, like that, we didn't just impact, the people who were getting the stuff. We impacted those program directors that are working their tails off to serve, and it's so we talk about it all the time, ripple effect. Right. Yeah. So, that was just here. The stuff that we saw all over the world, in Germany and Hawaii, and people leaving the notes, people serving the gate guards, Quantico, what they did, at Arlington too, with the medals. Just, it's really hard to pinpoint one thing. I can't. There's no favorite because everything just makes me want to cry.
Yeah, and it's just so heartwarming and heartstrings hugging that when you just see these stories of what people did and just how they impacted other folks. So this movement, it's all designed around this one day Giving Tuesday military, but a lot of folks, I mean, kindness doesn't have to be limited to just one day a year. So what are some ways that folks can continue to give back in their communities and to do acts of kindness year round?
This was a new one, which I thought was a fantastic idea because we're all kind of stuck, right? Think about our small businesses that are impacted by this pandemic. There was quite a few people who were going around leaving good reviews for these small businesses. Can you imagine what that good review is going to do for them? Maybe you can't give money to a nonprofit, but you can give your time. So small acts like that, writing notes, like.
I'm going to plug. This is the perfect. Thank you for that segue.
Oh, I didn't do it on purpose, but I'll take it.
I will take it. See, again,
we're all on the same brain.
We're just all there. Yeah.
It's great.
So just really quick, Jess mentioned reviews, like leaving reviews for small businesses. That's fantastic. And here's the thing. Right now, PCS grades, we're doing kind of a give back. It's called MilFams Give Back. It's our MilFams Give Back campaign. All you do, so PCS grades, we're a review site. You go on, you review on-base housing, your off-base housing, your movers, all of that. So that the next family that walks into the area that you live in now will have a heads up. And it's exclusive to military and veteran families. They're the only ones that can leave reviews. So guess what? We trust what you say and you trust what we say because we're living the same life. So if I get orders to where Jess is, I'm going to go on to PCS grades and I'm going to look and see what she has to say about the housing. And I'm going to say, maybe I should live off base, or maybe I should live in this neighborhood because the schools are really great because that's what I care about. And I'll be able to help. It'll help me make decisions about what I'm walking into, like before I even get there. And we trust it because Jessica lives my life just like I live hers. So you're giving another family a heads up, but also B, for every review you leave, we are donating $5 to the military or veteran nonprofit of your choice, large or small. You want to do National Military Family Association or Blue Star Families or the VFW or the Batista Project or Inspired Up or the Unquiet Professional. It doesn't matter if you're a large or a small, if you're a local or a national nonprofit that serves the military community and you love them, leave a review and allocate your $5 to them because we got money and we want to give it because it's the season of giving. So reviews and okay, back to you.
And yes, Amanda, I see your comment, Amanda, we will get the link for that dropped in the comments so you all can go easily access that. So not a problem.
What she said.
Now back to you, Jess.
Oh, gosh, where were we? See, I got all excited about your giving stuff. In terms of giving, here's the thing. We are blessed to have such a great relationship with the leaders of Giving Tuesday. And one of their missions really is to turn every Tuesday into Giving Tuesday. And I mean, it's kind of ingrained in us, right? Like how we dread Mondays, we should look forward to Tuesdays. Like, what can I do to impact, And it doesn't always have to be these big projects that we plan for this big day, right? It can be the little things like the reviews, calling people and reaching out. We know we're busy, but like, okay, I'm going to dedicate this 15 minutes to doing this. I'm going to, volunteer my time picking up my park. Like whatever it is, like kindness comes in all forms. There's no limit. You can do it all the time. I have Jessica Salter, I'm going to call her out. I love her. And she messaged me and she's like, I let like 73 people go in front of me while I was driving to work and I didn't get mad. Does that count? I'm like, yes, it does. Or not assuming things, right? Especially if we're in a bad space and we're going through it, something happens, we're automatically like, oh, I like to really envision in my head, it sounds bad, that they're going through something terrible. Because we don't know. We just don't know what other people are walking through. And so there's kindness in every day and everything that you can do, but don't feel like it has to be big.
And that is actually why, like, sometimes I'll see, I mean, there are people who do Giving Tuesday is like a concentrated effort, but most of us, if not all, do all of these things throughout the year anyways. And I feel like when I see that throughout the year, it's like one of those things where like, okay, 2020 is crazy and we think people are crazy. And then I just look and I'm like, okay, this is why I don't weep for the future.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right there.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'd like to tie this in with PCSing because PCS grades. So how can one show kindness when they have a friend who's like moving away from them? What is something like give us like some meat and potatoes that our viewers can take away and actually do, because peak PCS in this season is just a few months away technically. What can they do?
Well, let's be real. Military spouses go through speed dating when they arrive somewhere, right? You got to figure out who your circle is. It's a whole thing. But we also break up. Maybe not forever, because we're going to see each other again. We're going to talk, but we do that withdrawal, right? Because we're protecting our hearts. It's, I've done it, myself. So I think that's a kindness in itself, not doing that and finding a way that you can lift up that family as they're leaving, even if it's like a little gift basket, notes, print out some photos. Why did we stop printing pictures? Print out some photos of like your time together. Make a little, there are so many ways you can do crafty things and fun things. And I know, all of us are kind of like, we'll have the goodbye, right? Once it's goodbye, it's done. But think about what you do leading up to that goodbye, right? And just being more intentional. I think that would be really special for families that are leaving.
And then let's take it to the flip side. If you're the one staying and you see a moving truck on your street, or there's somebody new coming into your unit, what kind of acts of kindness can you show those new folks to your community?
I love welcoming committees. I'm an extrovert, so I like people anyway. It doesn't scare me. But like, I remember moving to Cape May, New Jersey, living on Coast Guard housing for the second time. We don't have very many housing areas, and being welcomed by the Spouses Club. And it was just like a little booklet of the things that I needed to know for living there. Some toilet paper, always need that, especially right now, y'all.
Right now.
Yeah. And so even if it's just a hello or a note, so that you don't feel like you are alone, because we're constantly replanning our roots, right? We're good at that and it's fine. But knowing that when you arrive, someone sees you, there's something about that feeling of like, it's going to be okay. I can take on the things.
Yeah. And just when you have a new family that moves in, especially if they, are a young family, they have kids, they need that friendly face, that friendly hello, to know they've got somebody on their street that they can reach out to should something happen. They're going to need an emergency contact for school, and knowing, hey, there's a really friendly lady I met that lives 2 houses down who welcomed us on our first day. Just making those connections that become those lifelong friendships. It's really, really worth it to step out of your. I like to be an introvert that have extrovert tendencies and everything, but stepping on my comfort zone to go say hello to the new folks, that's something I'll always do, because we're always in those positions that when we're the new people, when we move. And so we always know what it feels like being that new one. So it's always, just a nice, kind reminder to go say hello and be that friendly face. So that way they're not walking into a new, scary situation that's unknown to them.
Yes. And I think as seasoned spouses, which we all are in this room, it's our responsibility to do that, because you get these brand new spouses that are coming in, they don't know what they've said yes to, and so I think that is absolutely our responsibility to mentor them and to be that face, not in a creepy stalker way, but in I'm going to walk alongside this journey and I'm here if you need me kind of way.
Okay, so 2 things about that. First of all, when it comes to so I was that person, especially with deployments, I was that person that, everybody deserves those 2 to 3 days in their pajamas with their bowl of ice cream and their middle finger stuck up at the world. I get it. I am down with that.
Or wine.
4th day, right? Take it to the porch. Always take it to the porch. But on that 4th day, if I need proof of life. So I'm going to go I am the person that walks into your house, puts you over my shoulder, all 5'3" of me, and will drag you out because it's time. And it will be, whether it's coffee or wine, you'll be getting something, but you're at least going to be on the outside of your door, seeing the light of day, so that it still exists. The world is still there. I am that person. I like to rip the Band-Aid off. After the 4th day, everybody is due their time. Everybody. And then the second thing is, when it comes to being a seasoned spouse, okay, I don't know how everybody up in here is a seasoned spouse. I don't know who coined that phrase, but you and I need to have a chat. We're going to recoin that, because we're not French fries, y'all. Ladies, we're not French fries. Let's go with Cabernet spouse. You know, 21, you're your Boone's Farm spouse. Shout out. Love those days. You move on to the Cabernet. Hashtag Cabernet spouse. Let's make it a thing. Oh, hold on. We lost her. I didn't offend you, did I, when I said Cabernet?
No, they minimized me because my computer is dying because of the coffee incident. So I'm running it.
Oh, okay.
I'm coming back.
I'm tracking. Go. So while she's going back, my bad. See, I need to read the room. And the private messages.
Hey.
Hey. So while Jess is going and taking care of business and, her getting her anti-Murphy plug in the wall, I just want to again say, go ahead and drop those comments, questions, or concerns, or shout outs in that comment section so that you can be entered to win some really, really awesome stuff. And I think it's entirely possible. We're doing the $100 gift card, the $100 Amazon gift card at the end of the show, which is not too far from now.
Yeah.
We're also going to we have the 2 Hope Design Limited necklaces, but I think I'm going to save one for our Oconus peeps because we don't want them to get the short end of the stick. And so we'll do one Hope Design live, and then we'll come back and look for our Oconus peeps, and then do it then. And don't forget, y'all, Stacy went ahead, our lovely community outreach manager, Stacy, who's on the back end. Kosi, shout out. She put the link in there to leave that review and donate to the nonprofit of your choice. Your choice, our choice. How much choice do we actually get in this world?
It depends on what it is. Like military orders, probably not a lot of choices. Coffee selection, a ton.
Okay, perhaps. Although I do know some spouses who would have to drive 45 minutes for a Dunkin' and others who would have to drive 45 minutes for a Starbucks. That is a house divided right there.
AM, PM. So.
Oh, she's committed.
Oh, she is so committed.
That is next level.
Oh my goodness.
It's been a week in our house and everything, and today's just been, it's raining outside, had to go pick up groceries. My kids are home this week. And so it's just been, a little something. And then my husband, surprised us, came home for lunch today and brought hot chocolates for the kids and me a little something.
Oh,
and so it was just like, he showed up right before we went live. I was just like, oh, I got my webinar coffee. We're great. We got this today.
What a guy. That's so small.
And that says something too, to be kind to yourself and the ones around you, because sometimes we're not so kind to them. Speaking a little bit from experience, shout out, Boo, I love you. And it's not always on purpose, but sometimes they do get the not so great side.
It starts at home. One of our other founders of Inspire Up and now lead team member Stacy Billadu, yesterday she focused on her home. I mean, she had to work, so she couldn't do, it was a whole thing, but she brought her kids with her and they were giving. They were kind at home to each other. They were looking for ways. And, I remember her telling me, well, we're not doing this. I said, you are doing something special. How we raise our children, what we do in our home, like that is important. That is, something that is a root that is going to, make an impact and build a foundation. So those small little things like coffee, or my husband, this is so stupid, but I love oatmeal. I like flax seeds, and he's like, I don't think you're really absorbing the nutrients. And I was like, it's fine. He ground them up. So I went to go make my oatmeal with my flaxseed, and it was all ground. And I was like, this is love right here. Because he was just like, you're not absorbing those nutrients. Very random, but like we can be kind to each other. Like I love that. So your husband, he's a kind dude.
He is. He's so great. The one thing that I love the most that he does is he saves my car with gas. I am the person, I know my car, the light comes on, I still got 50 miles, we're good. My husband gets into the car, the light is on. He knows the first thing he's got to do is go get gas for me. Or if he gets in it and I have like less than a quarter, he goes and fills it up for me. So that way he knows I won't be calling him anytime soon.
Good. Every couple has one or the other. Which one are you, Jess?
I leave it until it gets to like 5 because I'm like, the gas station's right there. It's going to be fine. And then he'll get in the car and he's like,
and I know my car, like, we'll be good. Like, my car will get me where I need to go. It won't leave me stranded on the side of the road, but my husband's just like, we need to take care of you, honey. We need to get you some gas. We need to go get it now before we do running around the city, and make sure you are okay for picking up the kids later. And yeah.
That's, you know what, that right there. I mean, this is why we're cut from the same cloth. I'm just saying. Okay, okay, so we're not done. And you know, when we do log off, Jess, you have to stay on. But and we're gonna get to that wheel of names in just a second. But before we do, and while Stacy is sending me those names of all the awesome people that did some shout outs here today, I'm just gonna throw some of them up. Oh, Kelly Rich.
Oh,
yes,
she's our people.
She's our people. It's a trend thing now. It's happening. It's a hashtag. And then, you know, oh, look at this. See, like Claire, if you're in Leonard Wood, we can say hi. My husband's super friendly and we love meeting people. Look at that.
Oh, Claire, you're amazing.
I mean, that's just awesome. Oh, shout out Sarah Rudd.
Oh, I'm doing that. I'm bad at it, but I'm trying. I feel like it looks like a butt when I do it. So
me too. Oh, look at that. I should make a logo. There you go.
Like a thing. I don't know. I give up. It's fine.
But yeah, so while I'm getting those names of all these wonderful peeps, would you mind telling us how military families can get involved and where they can find you?
Oh, sure. So we have an epic, fantastic, amazing group. We have our main Facebook group, Giving Tuesday Military, and you are always welcome there. Our ambassadors, the people that are leading their communities, they have formed subgroups, you know, just to make it easier for their projects that they're doing. You can check out our website, givingtuesdaymilitary.com. We've got all sorts of ideas for you. We're on Instagram, Twitter. Facebook is definitely our hub. That's where we communicate, where we do. You can also email us, gtmilitary@gmail.com. You want to chat, you want to talk. I think we're all pretty accessible. We try, you know, between the four of us to always answer messages and talk to people. We never let very much time go in between that. So yeah, pretty easy to find us.
Word. Okay, so I'm put the names in here, and let me just go ahead and share my screen. Please do not judge the state of my brain. We all have 55 tabs open at one point. It just happens to be on my computer. All right, here we go. I got all the names put in. Wow. All right.
You have 3 tabs open. Stop it.
That's because I just cleaned it up by 59%. Yeah. All right. So this first one is going to be the giveaway for the Hope Design necklace. Let's see who that is.
I feel like we need music.
Drum roll.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, I narrowed this.
Yay.
Congratulations. You are the proud owner of a Hope Design necklace. And if you will just message us at the PCS Grades Facebook page so we can get your email address, we'll get that right. We'll get that right to you. And now for the $100 Amazon gift card.
Oh, dun dun.
Here we go.
That's so intense. Oh,
Claire.
Yay.
Claire.
Congratulations, Claire.
That's so awesome.
All you have to do is message us over at the PCS Grades Facebook page so that I can go ahead and get your information to send you this amazing $100 Amazon card. Now, for the Oconus peeps checking this out on the replay, we've saved one of those Hope Design necklaces for you. So go ahead and leave that comment that you did watch the replay and give us a shout out while you're there. Let me stop sharing my crazy life. Okay, so thank you so very much, Jess. I know that you just came off a whirlwind. You said you were up till 1 a.m., probably still on that helper's high, if you will, because that is a real thing. By the way, just for the record, for those that like science, I'm gonna drop some science on you. Okay. The helper's high is the equivalent of 5 milligrams of Valium. Believe it or not, those receptors in your brain and all of those awesome hormones, like the good ones that we really, really need right about now, Yeah. So like that is like just it can really do a number on you.
Yeah, I agree.
So I want to thank you very much, and we'll probably have her back on again because I think that we're not done talking about this topic. I
hope not.
think that we might need a recap well before Giving Tuesday next year.
Okay, I'm here.
Before
Word.
and after, so we can gear up to it and make 2021 even bigger and better than 2020.
Yeah, I think it's doable, right? Like we talked about this on our call last night. 5 years from now, we want everybody to know who Giving Tuesday Military is. And I think we've kind of blown, the headquarters people kind of blown their minds because we didn't just stop at one community, right? We're everywhere. We are going to infiltrate and spread this kindness on all the corners of the world. And they're inspiring people. Like, they don't realize how much they've done for other nonprofits and other organizations because they see what they're doing. And they're like, oh, we can make it about this. And so, yeah.
We love it. We love it. And we love what you do because we all reap what we sow. And thanks to you, we have a concentrated version of that through Giving Tuesday Military. So until next week, Megan.
This too shall PCS.
Bye, everybody.